Do you want to successfully complete the WGU D358 Objective Assessment for Global Human Resource Management course? Then, you're in the right place. Our website provides a list of questions and answers with an emphasis on preparing for your success in the Global Human Resource Management D358 course. In this video, we will cover questions from international staffing approaches, expatriate management, cultural dimensions, 𝗏𝗄𝗋, global compensation, and international HRM concepts. So, let's get started. 1. Which of the following staffing approaches focuses on hiring host country nationals, HCNs, for local subsidiaries and giving them significant decision-making power? A. Ethnocentric. B. Polycentric. C. Geocentric. D. Receptive. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Polycentric. Explanation. In the polycentric approach, host country nationals are given decision-making authority in their local subsidiaries. Option AA refers to an ethnocentric approach where home country standards dominate. Option C refers to geocentric, which focuses on global talent, and option D does not describe a staffing approach. 2. What is the main purpose of a repatriation process in international human resource management, IHRM? A. To recruit international assignees. B. To manage employees who are transferred from subsidiaries back to headquarters. C. To transfer an employee's employment from one country to another. D. To hire host country nationals for foreign subsidiaries. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. To manage employees who are transferred from subsidiaries back to headquarters. Explanation. Repatriation refers to the process of bringing international assignees back to their home country from foreign assignments. Options A and D refer to recruitment processes, while option C is a description of employment transfer. 3. Which type of international staffing strategy focuses on using parent country nationals, PCNs, in key positions at subsidiaries abroad? A. Polycentric. B. Geocentric. C. Ethnocentric. D. Regiocentric. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. Ethnocentric. Explanation. The ethnocentric approach primarily uses parent country nationals, PCNs, in key positions, maintaining a high level of control from the headquarters. Options A, B, and D focus more on local or regional hiring strategies. 4. What is the most common reason for failure of international assignments according to IHRM research? A. Language barriers. B. Job dissatisfaction. C. Family adjustment issues. D. Poor job performance. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C. Family adjustment issues. Explanation. Family adjustment issues, especially difficulty in adapting to the local culture, are the most common reasons for early return or failure of international assignments. Language barriers and job dissatisfaction are challenges, but are not the primary reasons for failure. 5. Which cultural dimension identified by Hofstede focuses on the degree to which individuals in a society feel uncomfortable with uncertainty and ambiguity? A. Power distance. B. Individualism. C. Uncertainty avoidance. D. Masculinity. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. Uncertainty avoidance. Explanation. Uncertainty avoidance measures how much members of a culture feel threatened by ambiguous situations. Power distance focuses on hierarchy, individualism on personal versus collective goals, and masculinity on gender roles. 6. Which of the following is the correct definition of the term convergence in the context of IHRM? A. A focus on adopting local practices in different regions. B. The adoption of similar best practices across organizations worldwide. C. The process of adapting practices to meet cultural differences. D. The blending of different cultural norms into new practices. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. The adoption of similar best practices across organizations worldwide. Explanation. Convergence refers to the idea that businesses around the world are adopting similar best practices due to globalization. Option C describes divergence, while Option D describes cross-vergence. 7. What is one of the main benefits of using a geocentric staffing approach in multinational enterprises, MNEs? A. Reducing training costs. B. Ensuring better control by headquarters. C. Selecting the best talent globally, regardless of nationality. D. Improving the company's local reputation. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Selecting the best talent globally, regardless of nationality. Explanation. The geocentric approach allows MNEs to select the best candidates for positions, regardless of their nationality. Options A, B, and D refer to different strategies. 8. Which of the following options best describes a global employment company? GEC. A. A company that operates exclusively in its home country. B. A company that hires a foreign workforce through an already established foreign company. C. A multinational enterprise that establishes new subsidiaries abroad. D. A legal structure for temporary staffing within the parent company. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. A company that hires a foreign workforce through an already established foreign company. Explanation. A GEC enables a company to quickly hire foreign workers without establishing a full legal subsidiary. Option C refers to expansion through new subsidiaries, while D refers to secondment, or internal staffing structures. 9. What is one of the challenges in managing expatriates in a host country with high power distance? A. Difficulties in accessing healthcare. B. Limited authority in decision-making roles. C. Issues with language barriers. D. Problems with work-life balance. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Limited authority in decision-making roles. Explanation. In high-power distance cultures, expatriates may face challenges if they expect more egalitarian working relationships, but the local culture may limit their authority. Language barriers and healthcare access are unrelated to power distance. 10. Which of the following is a key feature of an integrative strategy in international performance management? A. Focusing solely on regional practices. B. Combining local and global performance management practices. C. Adopting parent country standards for all locations. D. Adapting performance practices to each subsidiary. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Combining local and global performance management practices. Explanation. An integrative strategy combines both local and global practices to create a balanced approach. Options A and C represent non-integrative strategies. 11. Why is dual employment often considered complex for multinational enterprises, MNEs? A. Employees must receive multiple appraisals. B. Employees maintain two payroll relationships. C. Employees must work under multiple contracts. D. Employees are relocated permanently to the host country. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Employees maintain two payroll relationships. Explanation. Dual employment involves employees maintaining payroll relationships in both the home and host countries, making it complex for MNEs to manage. Option D is more related to transfer of employment. 12. In Hofstede's cultural dimensions, what does masculinity refer to? A. Preference for high wages and recognition. B. Emphasis on caring for others and quality of life. C. The dominance of gender roles in society. D. A focus on long-term planning and perseverance. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. A. Preference for high wages and recognition. Explanation. In Hofstede's framework, masculinity refers to a culture that values competitiveness, achievement, and success, often measured by high earnings and recognition. Option B describes femininity. 13. Which of the following is the most critical component for successful international assignments, according to the expatriate success model? A. Technical competence. B. Cultural adaptation. C. Language proficiency. D. Financial incentives. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Cultural adaptation. Explanation. Cultural adaptation is crucial for expatriate success, as it determines how well the employee can adjust to the new environment. Technical competence and language proficiency are also important but secondary to adaptation. 14. What term refers to the process of recruiting and selecting employees for positions in different countries while ensuring compliance with local laws and regulations? A. Localization. B. International staffing. C. Global workforce planning. D. Expatriation. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. International staffing. Explanation. International staffing involves recruiting, selecting, and complying with local regulations when filling global positions. Localization refers to adapting to the local culture, while expatriation is focused on sending employees abroad. 15. Which of the following represents a scenario where the balance sheet approach for compensation is most commonly used? A. A local employee moving from one region to another. B. A multinational company sending an expatriate to a high-cost country. C. A regional subsidiary managing its own payroll. D. A global workforce unified under a single compensation plan. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. A multinational company sending an expatriate to a high-cost country. Explanation. The balance sheet approach ensures that expatriates maintain their home country standard of living while on foreign assignment, typically used in high-cost countries. 16. Which of the following is an example of going native for an expatriate? A. Returning home before completing the assignment. B. Staying in the foreign location for a long period but living like a local. C. Completing the assignment without making local adaptations. D. Frequently traveling back to the home country. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Staying in the foreign location for a long period, but living like a local. Explanation. Going native refers to expatriates who remain in the foreign location long enough to adopt local customs and live like locals, often reducing costs but maintaining their higher salaries. 17. Which international staffing strategy involves the greatest focus on selecting employees based solely on their competencies, regardless of nationality? A. Ethnocentric, B. Polycentric, C. Geocentric, D. Regiocentric. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Geocentric. Explanation. The geocentric approach selects the best person for the job, regardless of their nationality, and promotes a more global view of talent management. Options A, B, and D prioritize specific regions or countries. 18. What is the term used to describe individuals who have worked in one country but are returning to their home country to work for the same company? A. Boomerangs, B. Returnees, C. Expatriates, D. Impatriates. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Boomerangs. Explanation. Boomerangs are individuals who return to their home country to work for the same organization after an international assignment. Expatriates and impatriates describe different employee groups. 19. Which of the following best describes the concept of cultural dimensions? A. Shared practices and norms among employees of the same nationality. B. Various aspects of culture that can be measured and compared across societies. C. The impact of national culture on employee performance. D. Differences between high context and low context communication styles. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Various aspects of culture that can be measured and compared across societies. Explanation. Cultural dimensions refer to measurable aspects of culture, such as assertiveness and uncertainty avoidance, that allow comparisons between societies. 20. Which of the following refers to the phenomenon where educated individuals leave their home country for better job opportunities elsewhere? A. Brain drain, B. Offshoring, C. Localization, D. Repatriation. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Brain drain. Explanation. Brain drain refers to the loss of educated and skilled workers who leave their home country to seek better employment opportunities in other countries. 21. What is the main objective of the Sunshine Rules in international remuneration? A. To enhance employee retention rates. B. To disclose employee salary information. C. To attract global talent. D. To unify pay scales across subsidiaries. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. To disclose employee salary information. Explanation. Sunshine Rules require the disclosure of salaries for transparency, often in regions with high legal or societal expectations around equity and fairness. 22. Which of the following benefits is commonly offered to expatriates in hardship locations? A. Housing allowance, B. Healthcare insurance, C. Hardship premium, D. Vacation days. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Hardship premium. Explanation. Hardship premiums are additional payments offered to expatriates who are assigned to work in locations with difficult living conditions. Options A and B are common benefits, but not specific to hardship. 23. What is one of the biggest challenges faced by virtual global teams? A. High travel costs, B. Time zone differences, C. Language barriers, D. Immigration regulations. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Time zone differences. Explanation. Virtual global teams often face challenges due to differences in time zones, making it difficult to schedule meetings and collaborate in real time. Language barriers can also be an issue, but time zones are more significant. 24. What does flexibility security nexus refer to in the context of global labor markets? A. Balancing employee rights with flexibility in labor practices. B. Managing employees who work in multiple locations. C. Negotiating between local labor unions and multinational corporations. D. Regulating the exchange of labor between two countries. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. A. Balancing employee rights with flexibility in labor practices. Explanation. The flexibility security nexus involves finding the right balance between providing employee protections while allowing flexibility in labor market practices for competitiveness. 25. Which of the following best describes a greenfield project in an international business context? A. Developing a subsidiary by acquiring a local company. B. Developing a subsidiary by building facilities from scratch. C. Transferring ownership of an existing subsidiary to local managers. D. Closing down a subsidiary and relocating employees. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Developing a subsidiary by building facilities from scratch. Explanation. A greenfield project refers to starting from scratch in a foreign location, building everything from the ground up rather than acquiring an existing entity. 26. Which of the following terms best describes multinational corporations, MNCs, that implement centralized decision-making from headquarters while allowing local subsidiaries to adapt? A. Polycentric. B. Ethnocentric. C. Geocentric. D. Transnational. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. D. Transnational. Explanation. Transnational corporations strike a balance between central control and local adaptation. The other terms focus on different strategies regarding staffing and decision-making. 27. What is the term for the process of temporarily moving an employee to work in a subsidiary in another country without changing their employment status? A. Secondment. B. Localization. C. Repatriation. D. Dual employment. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. A. Secondment. Explanation. Secondment refers to temporarily transferring an employee to a foreign subsidiary while keeping their original employment contract in place. Localization involves permanent relocation. 28. Which of the following is a key challenge in managing culturally diverse teams in a multinational enterprise? A. Legal compliance. B. Recruitment costs. C. Cross-cultural communication. D. Local currency fluctuations. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Cross-cultural communication. Explanation. Cross-cultural communication is one of the primary challenges in managing culturally diverse teams due to differences in language, cultural norms, and business practices. 29. What does co-determination mean in the context of international labor relations? A. The practice of hiring employees from two different countries to ensure diversity. B. The inclusion of employees in decision-making at the board level. C. The requirement for multinational companies to follow local laws. D. The process of merging two companies from different countries. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. The inclusion of employees in decision-making at the board level. Explanation. Co-determination refers to laws that require employee representation on company boards or in decision-making processes, particularly in European countries. 30. What is the role of expatriates in an international assignment? A. Employees who work in their home country. B. Employees who are relocated from the parent company to a foreign subsidiary. C. Employees hired locally in the host country. D. Employees who work in multiple countries at once. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Employees who are relocated from the parent company to a foreign subsidiary. Explanation. Expatriates are employees who are transferred from the parent company to work in foreign subsidiaries or offices for a defined period. Struggling with your WGU exams? We've all been there. Welcome to OAExams.com, your ultimate resource for WGU success. Find over 15,000 plus questions and answers. Join our thriving community of over 10,000 active WGU students and an impressive 100% success rate with our premium exam support. Visit OAExams.com today and take the first step toward guaranteed success. 31. Which approach to staffing international operations involves a combination of host country nationals and parent country nationals to fill key positions in subsidiaries? A. Polycentric. B. Ethnocentric. C. Regiocentric. D. Mixed-centric. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. C. Regiocentric. Explanation. Regiocentric staffing involves selecting employees based on the region rather than the country of the headquarters, or host nation, using both parent and host country nationals as appropriate. 32. Which of the following types of equity compensation allows employees to purchase company stock at a discounted price? A. Employee Stock Ownership Plan, ESOP. B. Phantom Stock. C. Employee Stock Purchase Plan, ESPP. D. Stock Appreciation Rights, 𝗧𝗏. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Employee Stock Purchase Plan, ESPP. Explanation. ESPPs allow employees to buy company stock at a discounted price, usually through payroll deduction. ESOPs, phantom stock, and 𝗧𝗏 are different forms of equity compensation. 33. Which of the following terms refers to laws that extend beyond a country's borders to regulate the conduct of businesses operating internationally? A. Endogenous laws. B. Extraterritorial laws. C. Transnational laws. D. Global trade agreements. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Extraterritorial laws. Explanation. Extraterritorial laws extend beyond a country's borders to regulate business conduct abroad. Examples include the U.S. Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, FCPA. 34. Which of the following is a primary consideration in using the balance sheet approach to expatriate compensation? A. Aligning with local labor laws. B. Ensuring that expatriates can maintain their home country standard of living. C. Providing cultural training for expatriates. D. Establishing a unified global compensation system. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Ensuring that expatriates can maintain their home country standard of living. Explanation. The balance sheet approach aims to ensure expatriates maintain their home country standard of living by adjusting for differences in cost of living, taxes, and other expenses. 35. Which of the following is a benefit of adopting a geocentric staffing approach for global operations? A. It minimizes communication challenges between headquarters and subsidiaries. B. It maximizes control from headquarters over local operations. C. It promotes the best talent regardless of nationality. D. It reduces recruitment costs by focusing on local talent. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. It promotes the best talent regardless of nationality. Explanation. The geocentric approach selects the best talent globally, without regard for nationality, and fosters a diverse leadership team across the organization. 36. Which of the following is the term for employees who are hired locally in the host country to work for a multinational enterprise's foreign subsidiary? A. Expatriates. B. Host country nationals, HCNs. C. Third country nationals, TCNs. D. Parent country nationals, PCNs. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Host country nationals, HCNs. Explanation. Host country nationals, HCNs, are employees who are hired locally in the country where the multinational enterprise operates a foreign subsidiary. 37. Which of the following is a key feature of an ethnocentric staffing approach? A. Heavy reliance on host country nationals for senior management positions. B. Preference for parent country nationals in key roles abroad. C. Combination of local and regional hiring practices. D. A focus on hiring third country nationals. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Preference for parent country nationals in key roles abroad. Explanation. Ethnocentric staffing focuses on filling key roles in subsidiaries with parent country nationals to maintain control and consistency with the Home Office. 38. What is the main focus of performance management in an international context? A. Monitoring only local employee behaviors. B. Aligning employee performance with global strategic objectives. C. Focusing on personal relationships over performance metrics. D. Developing individual team-building skills. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Aligning employee performance with global strategic objectives. Explanation. International performance management ensures that the performance of individuals and teams aligns with the organization's global strategic goals. 39. Which of the following is the purpose of an international joint venture, IJV? A. To merge two companies from the same country. B. To create a separate legal entity owned by parent firms from different countries. C. To expand one company's operations without sharing control. D. To outsource key business functions to another country. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. To create a separate legal entity owned by parent firms from different countries. Explanation. An international joint venture, IJV, is a separate legal entity created and owned by parent firms from different countries to achieve mutual goals. 40. What is the goal of a global talent management inventory in multinational enterprises, MNEs? A. To track local candidates for short-term roles. B. To maintain electronic records of employees' knowledge, skills, and abilities across the organization. C. To manage expatriates' relocation. D. To centralize payroll systems across multiple countries. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. To maintain electronic records of employees' knowledge, skills, and abilities across the organization. Explanation. A global talent management inventory tracks and manages employee competencies, experiences, and development needs throughout the multinational organization. 41. In Hofstede's cultural dimensions, which concept measures the extent to which less powerful members of a society accept unequal distribution of power? A. Individualism. B. Power distance. C. Masculinity. D. Uncertainty. Avoidance. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Power distance. Explanation. Power distance refers to the degree to which people accept inequalities in power and authority in their society or organization. 42. Which of the following is a primary reason for the failure of international mergers and acquisitions, IM and A's? A. Lack of government support. B. Insufficient technical knowledge transfer. C. Poor cultural integration between merging companies. D. Legal disputes over intellectual property. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Poor cultural integration between merging companies. Explanation. Cultural integration is often a key factor in the failure of international mergers and acquisitions, as differences in organizational culture can disrupt collaboration. 43. Which of the following describes the process of an employee being seconded to a foreign office? A. They are terminated from their home office and rehired abroad. B. They remain employed by their home office but are temporarily transferred abroad. C. They are permanently relocated to a foreign office. D. They are employed simultaneously by both the home office and the foreign subsidiary. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. They remain employed by their home office but are temporarily transferred abroad. Explanation. In secondment, employees are temporarily transferred to work in a foreign location but remain on the payroll and under contract with their home office. 44. What is a primary consideration when developing a global compensation strategy for multinational enterprises, MNEs? A. Aligning with home country tax regulations. B. Ensuring comparability and equity across different locations. C. Focusing on recruiting local talent only. D. Using only local currencies for compensation. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Ensuring comparability and equity across different locations. Explanation. A key challenge in developing global compensation strategies is ensuring that salaries and benefits are comparable and equitable across all the locations where the MNE operates. 45. What is one of the most significant risks of expatriate failure for multinational enterprises, MNEs? A. High tax rates. B. Poor job performance. C. High repatriation costs. D. Lack of family adaptation to the host country. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. D. Lack of family adaptation to the host country. Explanation. A common reason for expatriate failure is the difficulty that family members face in adapting to the host country's culture and lifestyle. 46. Which of the following terms refers to an expatriate who is sent on assignment for knowledge, transfer, or learning purposes? A. Demand-driven assignee. B. Learning-driven assignee. C. Repatriate. D. Third country national, TCN. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Learning-driven assignee. Explanation. A learning-driven assignee is an expatriate sent abroad primarily to transfer knowledge or acquire new skills, often for the benefit of both the individual and the organization. 47. What does localization mean in the context of expatriate management? A. Hiring only local employees for key roles in a foreign subsidiary. B. Converting an expatriate's compensation package to align with the local market. C. Returning expatriates to the home country for key roles. D. Training local employees to work in the home country. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Converting an expatriate's compensation package to align with the local market. Explanation. Localization involves adjusting an expatriate's compensation to match local market conditions, including salary, benefits, and tax structures. 48. What does receptive IHRM strategy refer to in multinational enterprises, MNEs? A. A strategy that allows a high degree of local responsiveness. B. A strategy with high levels of integration and low local responsiveness. C. A strategy that focuses exclusively on host country nationals for key roles. D. A strategy that decentralizes decision-making authority to subsidiaries. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. A strategy with high levels of integration and low local responsiveness. Explanation. A receptive IHRM strategy focuses on high integration with headquarters, but offers low local responsiveness, making decisions centrally. 49. In Hofstede's cultural dimensions, which country is most likely to score high on individualism? A. Japan. B. United States. C. China. D. Mexico. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. United States. Explanation. The United States is known for its high score in individualism, valuing personal freedom and individual achievement over collective goals. 50. What does phantom stock refer to in the context of international compensation? A. Shares that are purchased at a discounted price. B. Fictitious stock units granted to employees that mimic the value of real shares. C. A portion of the company's stock that is reserved for future employee purchase. D. Stock units that are transferred to a third-party entity. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Fictitious stock units granted to employees that mimic the value of real shares. Explanation. Phantom stock refers to simulated equity plans that grant employees units whose value mirrors actual company shares without giving them ownership of the shares. You've reached the end of our first question set. For the complete exam preparation experience, visit us at OAExams.com, where you'll find thousands more practice questions and comprehensive study guides. Thanks for studying with us today. See you in the next video.